Hello, I am Claudio.
Hello, I am Fabrizio.
We are from the restaurant Armando al PanthEon in Rome. And today, we have come to show you how we make our CODA alla VACCINARA. I will start by cutting the oxtail. We previously washed the oxtail, dried it, and now we will cut it. You need to be very careful and make sure to cut it here, where there are the joints in the bone. Otherwise, you won't be able to cut it. I know it seems like it is simple. However, if you do not find and cut where there are the vertebrae, you will not be able to cut through it. There.
Wonderful.
Now it is time to make our way over there, and we can begin to cook the oxtail. Now, he is going to pour in some olive oil and add some pancetta fat.
That is perfect.
You should be careful not to burn your hands, as the oil might start to spit. While that is sautéing, we will add in the salt, some garlic, actually 2 cloves of garlic, and some onions, finely chopped, a little bit of black pepper, and finally a few cloves to taste. Then, once the oxtail has become a bit browned, we will add a cup of white wine.
So now, at this point, you can start to stir again.
We will allow that to sear a bit because in this way, we retain the flavor that is inside and it will not be released into the pan.
There. It will need to cook for about 10 minutes.
Add the tomatoes.
And we will start to stir that. Mind you, it should be on a high heat setting. And then we will pour in some water until the water level is almost fully covering the oxtail.
Now, we will put the cover on the pot. You should get a good book and sit down and wait for 2 to 3 hours until it finishes cooking.
You can't just sit and read and let it cook. You need to get up and stir it. Otherwise, it'll stick.
Yeah, of course. You will know that the oxtail is ready when you can insert a knife into it and it feels tender. In the meantime, we will prepare the sauce with the celery. Remove the leaves. We will also remove these filaments, which otherwise will get stuck between your teeth.
So now we can go ahead and throw the celery into the boiling water. And we will let that cook for about 10 to 12 minutes, more or less.
Here they are, they're ready. And now it is time for us to blend them. When the cream is smooth, we will add the pine nuts and raisins, which we previously soaked, and then we will grate in the chocolate. And now...
Is it the time to add in the tomato?
Bravo.
Then we'll stir it.
So one of the ingredients is chocolate. Why? Because oxtail was part of the cuisine essentially from the 4th or 5th century, and it was intended for the commoners. Then what happened is that the common people, to make the dish more precious, added ingredients like chocolate, pine nuts, raisins, and cloves, thus transforming the dish into a princess, so to speak. So much so, in fact, that we can refer to oxtail as the princess of Roman cuisine.
The chocolate is liquid and it has melted perfectly. The sauce is ready.
The oxtail is now perfectly cooked. Should any excess fat have separated and risen to the surface while cooking, what you should do is decant it off very carefully. Then pour the sauce into the pot.
Very good. And we are ready to serve it now.
The final touch is to add a bit of these toasted breadcrumbs, which expands the dish and makes it look even more beautiful. Now I want to give you some advice. If you make the oxtail and eat it after 12 to 24 hours, in other words, if you eat it the next day, it is much tastier. Unfortunately, we can't resist, so we will eat it now. Come on, Fabri. Great job, chef. It's delicious.